You ready for this, bro?
Oh, I am excited, man.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing, bro.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
It's good.
Doing great. I'm excited for this upcoming fight card. Oh my, man.
Can't wait, man.
Oh my.
So
UFC
excited.
281.
Yes.
Israel Adesanya.
Yes.
Adesanya
Oh,
versus Michael
Pereira.
Is it Michael Pereira?
No.
Alex Pereira.
Yeah, versus Alex Pereira.
Michael Pereira sounds so much cooler. Sounds like a really good British fighter.
Michael Pereira.
Michael Bisping. That's where I got the British from.
There's too many fighters named Michael in the UFC, man.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
name him.
Michael Chandler.
Michael Johnson.
Michael Bisping. Michael Tyson.
Come on, man.
No.
Come on. Anyways, this is a very exciting fight card. I reckon this is by far the most stacked UFC fight card of the year. Nothing comes close to it. Nothing comes close to this. We got Izzy versus Michael Pereira in the main card, obviously main event. We got Carla Esparza versus Weili Zhang. Two champions.
Amazing.
They've both held the belt.
Oh, yeah.
Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler.
Oh.
Come on, man.
Dude, that's going to be a banger.
Come on.
Banger.
Frankie Edgar versus Chris Gutierrez.
Yeah.
How do you say his name?
Chris Guatamares.
Guatamares, my friend.
I think so.
Dan Hooker versus Claudio Puelles.
Yes,
Come
yes,
on,
yes,
man.
yes.
It's insane, man. We got Brad Riddell versus Renato Moicano.
Oh, my gosh.
What
How
a banger.
good is that?
Do you see that fight going the distance?
Nah, someone's getting
way.
knocked
Someone is getting like that.
out.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. And then we got Dominic Reyes versus Ryan Spann.
Oh, man.
Erin
Sorry, I need a.
Blanchfield versus Molly McCann. Come on, the meatball.
That's beautiful,
The
man.
meatball.
I love that chick.
Andre Petrosky versus Wellington
Yep. Good matchup.
Truman.
Yep.
Truman. And even in the early prelims, we got some nice, exciting fights. The first fight of the event is Carlos Ulberg versus Nicolae.
Mm-hmm.
Negumereanu.
What did you say?
Negumereanu. Come on, man. Some
Did
of
you
these
say the
names.
N-word? Please don't say that.
Well, I'm allowed to say it. Some of these last names are hard to say, but that's a banger.
Yes.
We got Julio Arce versus Montel Jackson.
Yep.
We have Mike Trizano versus Choi Seung-Woo, the South Korean.
yeah.
He's so good looking, man.
The handsome South Korean
The handsome South Korean. And then we got Karolina Kowalkiewicz
Yummy.
versus Silvana Gomez Juarez.
There are plenty of handsome fighters here in the
I'm
card.
kind of excited for that fight. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And then
Can't wait.
the sort of the main, I guess, the feature fight of the early prelims is Matt Frevola versus Ottman Azaitar. Man, this whole fight card from top to bottom is stacked with amazing fighters, entertaining fighters, very well-known fighters, and I cannot wait, man. I haven't been this excited in a long, long time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And if you do your research, man, the matchups. Oh, the
yeah.
matchmakers did so freaking well. Matching all the matches.
Tell me about it.
Man.
Tell me about it.
Oh, man. If you're a fan, if you're a casual, tune in. All right? You're going to miss out one of the biggest cards of the year.
Now, like anyone who's like a true MMA fan, I don't see them missing this fight card.
Oh,
No
never.
way.
No.
Because this is the biggest fight card of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, like it's the biggest one of the year. Like
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone that comes close.
No, me
Yeah.
neither.
So,
No.
so a lot of people are gonna watch this, and I'm honestly I'm excited, man. Excited. All right, let's get straight into the first fight of the card.
Let's
We
do it.
got Carlos Ulberg versus Nicolae.
You can only say it. I can't say it. Or else I'll get cancelled. I'm not that famous to get cancelled, but I will.
Nicolae Negumereanu.
Yes.
Anyway, so with Carlos Ulberg, obviously we know he's a teammate of Izzy,
Yep.
and they're from the same background, kickboxers, really great stand-up dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's he has a lot of experience doing kickboxing, so his stand-up is top notch. You know, he's quite good at setting up traps. And you know, he just stand-up wise, he looks good, man. Like he looks really good, but he's very hittable. You know, he doesn't have. I don't think he has the best. I guess striking defense because he gets hit a lot, you know. And I didn't. Honestly, I didn't expect that from someone at such a high level. Like you know, because he was a champion in kickboxing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And you know, but he's hittable. But he's fun to watch, man. I love watching him. I love watching the way he fights. I think that what makes him hittable is the fact that when he's moving backwards, he just moves like he doesn't move diagonally when he's moving backwards. It's just backwards. And doesn't really move his head.
Okay.
So if someone like follows through, they will always get to him.
Yep.
Well, Nicolae, he has a wrestling background.
Yeah,
He's been fighting. He started fighting at the early age of 14 years.
Wow.
14 years. So this guy's is a pro. You know, he has a lot of experience competing in the past. He's a Roman national wrestling champion. A wrestling champion.
Romanian, not Roman.
Roman. He's Romanian. As a Romanian national wrestling champion, Kempo karate champion, right? And this guy, man, I love watching him fight. He constantly moves forward, constantly applies pressure, and his fights are entertaining, man. It's full of action. You will never see dull moments in his fights.
All right. So he's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler. He's like, and obviously we know Carlos Ulberg doesn't have any experience with wrestling. Yeah. But the thing with Nicolae is what I like about him is, you know, even though he has like a wrestling background and he's really good at wrestling, he doesn't force it. He doesn't go out of his way to constantly look for takedowns. He only takes you down when the opportunity arises. You know, when he sees an opportunity, he doesn't just like hunt you down to try to take you down. He doesn't force it. It just comes naturally. And you know, and he doesn't just rely on his takedowns, even though he's like a champion in wrestling.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to because he has he's a
Kempo karate champion.
He's also a Kempo karate champion. So do you know anything about Kempo karate? What kind of
look? Kempo karate, that's an Americanized version of karate, right? Because we know that karate comes from Okinawa and Japan, but Kempo karate, the Americans kind of made it their own. That's the same martial art that Stephen Thompson is known for, because he does Kempo karate too. But from what I saw with Nicolae, he doesn't have the style that Stephen Thompson has. He is very, I wouldn't say flat-footed, but he's not that swift inside, in and out, bouncing around. He doesn't have that movement like Stephen Thompson does. He's more of a kind of a kickboxing style. So there's not much of a karate style that I can see from him, right? There's not much kicking involved. So, but you know what? I'm pretty sure he did it when he was at a young age. And that's probably going to help him out when it comes to timing and distance control, because karate is very big on those two aspects when it comes to sparring. So compared fighting against someone like Ulberg, right? Like you said, his movement when it comes to getting away from strikes is moving back, right? Now, like you said, he likes to put pressure on Nicolae. Nicolae likes to put that pressure. So how well is that back movement going to work against someone that's going to put you on that back foot all the time,
constantly.
right? But Ulberg, he's a genetic freak. So he's got a powerhouse of hands, powerhouse hands. He's got it all. So we'll see how we go.
Yeah, I mean the odds initially the odds had Nicolae as a favorite. So that's what the bookies set it as.
All right.
And sorry, not Nicolae. Sorry, Carlos Ulberg as a favorite.
Okay, that makes sense.
And really, so you think Carlos should be the favorite?
Yeah, I think he is. I think if you look at them, if you put them side by side, right? Even though it's not we all know that size doesn't make a big difference, but it does.
Oh,
Okay,
it plays definitely.
it plays a
factor.
difference.
There's a reason why people cut weight.
Yeah, yeah,
A lot of
exactly.
weight.
Yeah, we know plenty of fighters that do that. But if you put them side by side, Ulberg definitely dominates in the physical attributes.
Yeah. So you're going for Ulberg, are you?
Yeah, he's taller, longer, rangier. He's got the power. He's a seasoned striker, right? So he's probably going to be really good at countering against a wrestler. So we'll see.
To me, this fight is a 50-50. It can go either way. So if I was a betting man, I would bet for the underdog. So if that happens to be Carlos, I'll go for Carlos. If that happens to be Nicolae, I will go for Nicolae.
Okay.
50-50.
50-50.
All right, moving on to the next fight.
Mm.
We've got Mike Trizano versus Choi Seung-Woo.
The next Korean pop star.
Now, let me tell you something about Mike Trizano. Mike Trizano was the Ultimate Fighting Champion in 2018, my man. 2018, he was a champion. And usually, anyone that wins the Ultimate Fighting Championship, they end up becoming like a household name in the UFC world, right? So it's just a list of people who have won the Ultimate Championship. You got Corey Anderson, Ryan Bader, Michael Bisping, Michael Chiesa, Nate Diaz, John Dodson, Tim Elliott, Carla Esparza, Rashad Evans, Tony Ferguson, Kelvin Gastelum, Forrest Griffin, Ryan Hall. I mean, I can keep going on. And all these guys are very well known in the UFC, right?
Yeah.
And Mike Trizano is not that well known yet, you know, but I think he's destined to be well known because he was the winner of the 2018 tournament, right?
Okay.
And just to elaborate more on this, 12 of the Ultimate Championship winners went on to win the UFC Championship belt, right? So Mike Trizano is destined to be, you know, to be like the, you know, a well-known name. Right now he's not, and you know that's due to being inactive. So like he was inactive for 2 years due to an injury. Nah, this guy's like he's a stand-up guy. He has background in kickboxing, and he's fun to watch. He has a slick stand-up game. He's very good with the lead hand, and he's tall and rangy, and he likes to keep it on the outside. You know, like sort of do point fighting. Yeah. And he's fun to watch, man. And he's also like good on the ground as well. You know.
Okay.
So fun fight to look forward to. And for Choi Seung-Woo, sorry, I'm destroying your name. He was the Korean national Muay Thai champion. Now this guy, like his stand-up is like really interesting. He's composed, calm, and powerful, man. He is a sharp striking dude. Like
yeah, man.
Puppy, man.
Crazy sharp guy.
It's fun to watch him.
This guy, he's done kickboxing for all his life, so his striking is one of the sharpest striking, possibly in his weight category. Right? He's in the 145 kilos. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's probably one of the best strikers in featherweight. He's a new fighter in the UFC, so we don't want him versing animals just yet. All right? Because I do believe that Choi Seung-Woo is destined for greatness. To me, he's like the Korean Sean O'Malley of the UFC, in my opinion, right? If you see him strike, you know this kid has something special. He's sharp. He's very composed. Every fight that I've seen of this guy, right, he doesn't deviate from any plan whatsoever. He allows the opponents to get really complacent. He gets them into this false sense of security, right? But they feel secure when they're really close to him. But that's where he prevails the most. He's really good at close range combat. He doesn't panic or anything. He just always gets them. When there's an exchange, right? You know, when they swing around and they try and hope for the best, he doesn't. He's so focused, right? He always gets them when it comes to those scenarios. And his kicks are really good. He's got some of the best kicks that I've seen in in the weight category, the featherweight category. He is but he's relatively new, so I think that the UFC should make him fight people who are not as experienced as the animals that are there, you know, like the like Volkanovski and all those other people up in the top 10. So they should definitely let him work his way up, gain more experience, you see, and hopefully he's gonna be a South Korean world champion one day.
I mean, the book is having capped as a favorite.
Yeah.
But if I was a betting person, I would bet on Mike Trizano, simply purely based on the fact that he's destined to be well known because he's a Ultimate Fighter champion winner.
So superstitious.
You know, yeah, I mean, I would. He's odds are right. I would just jump on those odds. That's what I would do if I was a betting man, and I am a betting man, and I am going to bet on him.
Well, I think the better looking man is gonna win. The
man.
Sexy young boy.
Moving up to the next fight, we got Silvana Gomez Juarez versus how do you say Juarez? Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
Yep.
I always skip whenever I'm reading her last name, I always say it fast.
Yeah.
Because if you try to say it slow, it's literally like the trick is saying it fast. If you try to say it slow and pronunciate every letter, you're gonna get it wrong.
Kowalkiewicz. Okay.
Kowalkiewicz. Karolina Kowalkiewicz. We're butchering her name. Man, you know what? I love her. Yeah. I love her, and I do not want to see her fight. Karolina has been knocked out really badly, you know. And you know, like she actually, like I think she was like on a five fight losing streak before she won her last fight, and she won her last fight against an opponent who was also about to retire as well. So it's like, man, I like her. Like I like her as a person, and I hate seeing her fight against these monsters, man. Because Silvana Gomez is a fucking monster, man. She has like for someone her weight class, that small, it's crazy. Like how I don't know where she gets that knockout power from. Like she is so powerful. She has that one punch knockout power, and for girls in the strawweight division, it's really rare to see someone with that power.
Yeah.
So Karolina is fighting a monster. And I think with Silvana, where she got her power from is from because she used to play rugby, I think, and that's probably where she got it from. Now, obviously, she's just purely a stand-up person, so she's lacking in the ground game, and I can see Karolina capitalizing on that because she's well experienced, she's well rounded. She was she a champion? I mean, she wasn't a champion, but she's fought for the belt. And she as an MMA fighter, she's a lot more well-rounded than Silvana.
Yep.
Silvana. But I'm just worried for her, man, because if Silvana lands, she's going to sleep.
She's out.
Like I kid you not, she is going to sleep. All three. So Silvana has had 3 fights in the UFC, and every single one of those fights, she's dropped her opponent. Imagine, like it's insane. So I'm a bit worried about Karolina. She's 37. But then again, Silvana is also 37. But yeah, man, it's interesting. If you look at the odds right now, let's take a look at the odds. It's even, like 50-50, which is very interesting. This is like a coin toss. Yeah. And as a betting person, I wouldn't have bet on either of these girls. Honestly, it could go either way.
Just leave it out.
Karolina could get knocked out, or she could win the fight on the ground. So
okay,
that's how I have it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, like with me, the Karolina, she's always seemed like a very delicate fighter.
Yeah, you know
what I mean?
That is true. Like I know what you mean. Like she's the only fighter that I watch, and I go, oh, she looks fragile. Like she like when she's punching, it looks like there's nothing behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
She's the only female fighter that because like a lot of female fighters, you see them, you go, actually not a lot. Like, but to me, she's the only fighter that I watch, and I go, oh, it's like
it looks like an actual
too powerful,
It looks like an actual girl that's fighting.
I want to see her win.
Yeah.
But I also want to see Silvana move forward because like I want her to like move up in the rankings because I want to see her fight other girls who have like a knockout power like her.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
It's an interesting. She's
The odds.
if you've never seen her fight, just go watch her fights. She is insane, man. The power that she has in her hand is just.
She has abused some chicks in the past.
Anyways, moving on to the next fight.
Yup.
We have Ottman Azaitar versus Matt Frevola. Matt Frevola. Now, Ottman Azaitar has had a history with the UFC. He was actually caught before for breaking COVID protocols in I think it was Abu Dhabi.
Oh, wow.
He snuck some mates in the hotel, and no one was allowed to bring anyone in the hotel, and he was caught from that. But then he got back in the UFC because obviously, what's his name? Ali Abdulaziz is his manager, and he has like a close relationship with Dana White. So whatever he says goes.
The snitch.
But then, yeah. But then he got back in the UFC and he got injured. I think he had an injury. I think he was out for 2 years after that, or 1 year. I can't remember.
Okay.
So that's why like you haven't like a lot of people wouldn't have heard of him. And that's because he hasn't been in action due to some circumstances, injuries, and getting caught.
Illegal
from the
things.
UFC.
Naughty.
And also, he's undefeated, 13-0. Man, this guy, he's
wow.
I think he's gonna be. We'll see him fight we'll see him ranked in the top 5 someday.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's
What's his style?
Well, I haven't really seen him fight on the ground, but like stand up wise, man, he just goes out.
Yeah, he's a
non-stop. And if he sees you hurt, he's gonna finish you.
okay.
There's no surviving that. Like he has a good finishing instinct. As soon as he notices you're hurt, boom, you're done. You're done for.
Yeah,
done for.
All right.
And he's got powerful hands. His first 2 UFC fights ended in the first round.
Yep.
Right. And he has finished 12 of his 13 wins, and 9 of those wins finished in round 1. So he's explosive. He's powerful. If it hurts you, you're out. You're not surviving that. There's no surviving it. So he's a fun fighter, and I definitely see him in the top 5 someday. Let's move on. Erin Blanchfield versus Molly McCann.
Yeah, that's a good
Molly
good
the Meatball
matchup.
McCann.
Beautiful matchup.
Can I say something about Molly McCann?
Well,
She literally has the best nickname in the UFC.
what is it?
Meatball. Like, I don't care what anyone says. She has the best nickname. Molly McCann, the Meatball. You know why? Because she looks like a meatball. She looks like a meatball, acts like a meatball. Like, literally, man. She's fun to watch. She is fun to watch. And look, but Erin Blankfield, she is a really good fighter. Like, very good. She has a jiu-jitsu. She's a jiu-jitsu practitioner, and she has a black belt. 23 years. So she has youth on her side. And when she gets you down, man, it's really hard to come back up.
Yeah.
She's heavy. She is heavy on top. And something interesting about her is her last 4 opponents in the UFC were all southpaws.
Okay.
Which is like, imagine how rare southpaws are. And her last 4 opponents were all literally consecutively. They were all southpaws. So that's I think that's interesting. Now, she's the heavy favorite, like heavy favorite.
Who, Erin?
Yeah. If you look at the odds,
I didn't expect that actually.
She's $1.25.
Wow.
Yeah, and Molly McCann is paying $4.25.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
That's
Molly
strange.
McCann is a heavy underdog.
Yeah.
And she has the momentum on her side.
Put your money in there, folks.
Yeah, exactly. She has the momentum on her side, and if I was a betting man, I'm going for the momentum. I mean, obviously, they both have Erin Blanchfield has won her last 4 fights. No, sorry. She's won her last 4 fights. But Molly McCann has had a few losses, but man, she right now she's like she's
in a
slowly
streak.
climbing up. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like people are slowly knowing her.
Mm-hmm.
She's sort of becoming like a Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
And that's
female
a
version.
huge female version. And that momentum, man, it's hard to beat.
It is
and,
hard to beat, man.
That's why I'm going heavy on her.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm putting money on her.
If the fights just keep standing up, Molly McCann will just brutalize this chick. I believe this 100%. Look, she's great on the ground, right? Great on the ground, whatever. She has a nice back kick. She might have had some taekwondo classes here and there, but her stand-up is nothing compared to Molly.
I mean, Molly doesn't really have that great of a stand-up.
Oh, I think she's
not that.
She does have some.
To me,
she's
she's just an
powerful.
average fighter.
Nah,
I never
she's
seen
pretty-
her as like a really good fighter. I just seen her as an average fighter.
I don't know. She seemed pretty good to me. It's like she's pretty powerful. She knows how to put women away.
Yeah.
Look, I haven't seen her much on the ground, but you know who she spars with. You know who her friends are. She's friends with one of the most famous guys right now, right? Paddy Pimblett, right? And you know how good Paddy Pimblett is on the ground. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, isn't he? I think so.
I don't know.
He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
You know what I know?
From what he said.
I know he's a black belt in eating food.
Oh, yeah. He's black belt in that for sure, man. I wish I had his lifestyle, man. I would just eat everything and
I'm not too sure if that's a smart
destroy
thing.
myself.
I'm not so sure how smart that is, like fighting in the UFC.
Yeah. It can't be that good for your body, man.
Nah.
Just completely bloat yourself up and then shrink yourself down repeatedly.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a very good longevity.
Have you seen his YouTube channel?
Yeah.
It's just eating.
It's just mukbangs. You know mukbangs?
What's a mukbang?
It's just people that eat a shit ton of food in front of people. They just eat a shit ton of food in front of viewers, and people get off on it. Not me, by the way. Yeah. But yeah, look, I think look, my heart goes to Molly, and I believe Molly is gonna win this fight. Like you said, her momentum is through the roof right now. She's got the confidence of a young Conor McGregor, in my opinion. She's got the personality as well. She's a big star.
Yeah, she's fun to watch.
And this is a good matchup. It's really gonna test her ground takedown defense and her overall striking against someone that's
Yeah, I think no, it's a fun fight. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Put your money on Molly the Meatball McCann.
The meatball.
Do yourself a favor.
Meatball sub.
You'll thank me later. And next up, we're going into the main event. We got Dan Hooker versus Claudio Puelles. Puelles. Man, these last names are hard to pronounce, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Claudio Puelles, he started fighting at a really young age. He started fighting at the age of 13 and made his UFC debut at the age of 20. Now he's young. I think he's 28 or 26. I can't remember his actual age right now. Yeah. But he's had a lot of fights, you know. Wow. He's very experienced for someone his age. And you know, he's got a good stand-up. I haven't really watched many of his fights, but like I've watched his earlier fights, like 2018 fights, and he's got a really good stand-up game, fun to watch. I mean, Dan Hooker, I think everyone knows Dan Hooker.
Kind of an unlucky fighter.
Yeah, man, he's been put up against monsters. Like all his fights are against monsters.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the best UFC record, but that's because he's been fighting the best of the best. All right, just so you know that. But he's coming back down to the featherweight division, which
okay.
Sorry, featherweight or lightweight? No, featherweight.
He's a big guy for featherweight.
Yeah, he's coming back to the featherweight. So I mean, should be interesting to see how he looks.
Hopefully,
you know, he's a hard guy to finish. So the only way Claudio Puelles can win this fight is if he's a good finisher. because it's really hard to take Dan Hooker out. But yeah, like I haven't really done much research on this because but it should be an interesting and fun fight to watch.
Yeah.
And as a betting person, I'll just bet on the favorite.
Yeah, who's the favorite?
Dan Hooker.
Yeah, I would bet on Dan Hooker too then. Because, look, I've seen Claudio Puelles fights. His stand-up is not to match Dan Hooker's stand-up at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think his main tools against Dan Hooker will be his takedowns and his jiu-jitsu skills. Because Dan Hooker, I don't think he has much of a jiu-jitsu background.
He's good on the ground.
Yeah.
He's like, I haven't really seen him use jiu-jitsu, but he's quite good on the ground. I remember his fight against, the fight in Melbourne. Was it Melbourne? Yeah, it was Melbourne. Against, I forgot his name. But yeah, he's actually got a good ground game. Like, he's not a, someone to take lightly on the ground.
Okay.
Because he's tall. Usually, like, it's really hard to take down tall fighters and hold them down. It's like fucking hard. Because they've got more leverage. Like look at someone like Easy, and it's just a lot harder to take him down. Yeah. And that's what he's got on his side, the length.
The length and his well-seasoned striking. Yeah, he is a good striker. So Claudio Puelles is going to have a hard time with this with standing up against Dan Hooker.
I think in the clinch is going to get clinch because Dan Hooker has got nasty knees.
Nasty knees.
Yeah.
So Dan Hooker, I'm with you, my man.
All right. Next up, we've got Frankie Edgar versus Chris Gutierrez. Yeah. So I did a bit of research on this fight, and again, matchmakers, you're doing a great job with the matchups, man. Right. I didn't know much about Chris Gutierrez, and dude, I hate myself for not knowing about him. Yeah, he's kind of like the South Korean, the handsome, good-looking Choi Seung-Woo, right? He is very composed, sharp, and powerful. He's one of the most technical fighters probably in that weight division. I'm saying that all the time, but it's true. It's true. You watch his fights, right? You see the way he uses his leg kicks, right, as his weapon. His leg kicks, you can't see them. He just brings his legs up and just kills your legs. That's one of his biggest tools right there, right? His leg kicks, spinning kicks, and then his sharp hands. And he always puts you on the back foot, which it's going to be a big challenge for Frankie Edgar. And I'll tell you why. Frankie Edgar is a big wrestler, right? He is a well-seasoned wrestler. He's really good with his takedowns and probably one of the fastest takedowns out there. Very, very well-seasoned wrestler right there. And it's really hard to take down someone when you're put on your back foot. And I think Gutierrez will be a real challenge for Frankie. I mean, Frankie's going to find it really hard to take Gutierrez down. And if he combines those leg kicks, there's going to be no power that Frankie's going to be able to use from his legs. So he's going to completely debilitate his takedown. Watch out for those kicks, my people. With this fight, I feel like this is probably Frankie Edgar's last fight. This is probably his retiring, the fight that he's going to retire on. And the reason why I say that is because it's a huge event, right? So what an opportunity. And it would be nice if he actually wins this fight. Okay. But from the way you're saying, it sounds like he's going to struggle. I mean, I don't know much about his opponent, but from what you said, looks like he's in for a long night.
He's a little bit in trouble,
he's old.
His age is gonna play a factor. Your reflexes aren't as good as they used to be. You're not as fast, so it's gonna make you a lot easier to be seen.
it's easier to get hit.
Yeah, it's gonna be easier
Uh-huh.
for you to get hit
Yeah,
and
'cause
get counted.
Yeah.
And Gutierrez is definitely gonna be
Well,
doing that.
Hopefully, Frankie Edgar wins and retires, and people cry and wipe their tears.
Yeah, it'll be sad if he does.
Yeah.
You know, he is a Hall of Famer
Oh,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's been doing it for a long time. It's time to retire.
yeah.
All right, moving on to the next fight.
Oh,
Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler.
Oh,
What a fight! What a fight!
what a
Look, I feel
matchup,
like
man.
this Dustin Poirier. I don't even think they. Well, it's good that they included them in the fight card, but they can main event their own event if they wanted to. A lot of people are looking forward to this fight. If you look at one of the ESPN interviews, I think it's an interview with Daniel Cormier. It has like over 1 million views, which
Wow.
just goes to show you that a lot of people are
looking forward to it.
yeah, looking forward to it. Like, I feel like more people are actually looking forward to this fight than the usual fight. I just have this feeling because if you look at the like the numbers that like Instagram numbers, YouTube numbers, it seems like more people are interested in the in the Dustin and Michael Chandler fight. It's an interesting matchup. You know, it's they're both. They're both experienced fighters.
Yeah. And they're fun to
good
look.
finishes,
Yeah.
fun to watch,
Yeah.
good everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, well-rounded fighters. So look, it's a fun fight. This is like a something that a fan would really enjoy watching.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to watch it. I don't mind. Like, I'm happy to see either of them win. I'm not really that emotionally invested in this fight, but I'm just excited to watch it, to see how it plays. And yeah, man, may the best man win.
Yeah.
The question: do you see this fight ending in? Do you see this fight going the distance?
Distance? I think there's a 0% chance
Really?
of a fight going into distance
Really?
with this.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right.
There's no way that look, we know that Michael Chandler just likes to just go for it. He just goes for it. He's not afraid of getting hit, and he's gonna get hit. You see, he is susceptible to getting hit. Right, we've seen it before, and Dustin Poirier, same. Right, they're not stylistically the same, but they're both very prone to getting hit. We've seen it many times. Right? Do you agree with me or?
Yeah, they both get hit. Like,
Yeah. So this is gonna be an all-out war, and someone is getting knocked.
I
out.
think you're undermining the. I think you're not considering the grappling, because they could start grappling and it becomes like a
good
ground,
point.
like a wrestling, a grappling
point.
match.
But
you know,
I agree. That's true. I didn't take that into account. But it's always the but. Michael Chandler, he's they like to show the fans a good time. Right? Michael Chandler loves to show their fans a good time. And he's not going to take it on the ground if that's going to cost their fans being bored.
Nah,
Yeah.
man, nah.
Yeah, he could have done that with Gaethje many times, but he didn't do it. He decided to just bite down on that mouth guard and just go all out with him
we'll see.
during the stand-up.
I think the fight will go the distance, to be honest.
Ah,
I want to say go the distance.
and who do you reckon would take the decision?
The favorite.
Who's the favorite?
Dustin Poirier.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean that. Look, yeah, I think Dustin Poirier would knock out Michael Chandler, right?
Yeah,
or
he
or
can.
he would win the decision at the end.
Yeah, actually, I see it like I don't see Michael Chandler finishing Dustin Poirier. I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dustin Poirier is too experienced, he's too good of a striker.
Yeah, I mean, he is. But one thing about Dustin Poirier is, like, in all of his fights, like, there's always like a moment where his opponent looks like he's about to finish him. And then it comes back. In all, like, his fight against
McGregor?
Nah, yeah, McGregor. Well, not McGregor. That's not a good example. Max Holloway.
Yeah.
There was a moment where like it seemed like Max Holloway was about to finish him. It seemed like Dustin Poirier was about to quit, but then he came back. Like he has a lot of those moments in all of his fights where like it looks like the opponent's about to like finish him, but then he comes back and then his fight against Justin Gaethje, same thing happened. There was a moment where it looked like Justin Gaethje was about to win, and then it reversed.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't know, man.
So he's a diamond.
Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes out under pressure.
Yeah.
That's when he shines.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, there's no pressure on him here, though.
He's got nothing to lose.
There's no
Is that
pressure
why?
on him. I mean, from his interviews, from social media, it doesn't seem like he's as hungry for that belt anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
He's probably let that go past his head now.
Yeah. Do you see either of these guys winning taking that belt back?
Nah, man. I'd like to see them fight Islam if he's still at the top.
Islam would beat both of them.
Yeah, but it will still be a fun fight.
Yeah.
It will be fun to watch what actually takes place, how it actually gonna end up.
Yeah.
But I think they both got over it, and they know that they can just fight and make a lot of money even without the belt around their waist. Yeah, they have a huge following, man.
Yeah, but they're both.
Yeah, so they're already well off. They're probably just fighting because it's their passion. They love it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, even after this fight, say after this fight, I don't see any other opponent that will be exciting for them.
Yeah, they've fought
Seriously.
everyone.
Yeah, it's like those.
Yeah.
I think these two are probably the last old school guys in the lightweight division, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That are in the top 5.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
The
you got
veterans.
new guys coming, and this is the last time I feel like we'll see the old school guys fighting as like I don't know how to say it, but like anyways, I think you get my point.
No, I understand. They're the most experienced fighters
Yeah.
in the weight category.
Yeah.
In their weight category
This
right
is
now.
I feel like this is the end of their time.
Of an era.
Yeah, exactly. It's the
Yeah.
end of their time, like the Nate Diaz, the Conor McGregor's, the Al Kahoui,
Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, Tony Ferguson. Like I think they're done now. We have a new wave of fighters that will take over, and this is the last fight of them that we will see.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think they know that. So they're going to leave it with a bang.
Yeah.
This is going to be a bloody mess.
Yeah.
All
right. Moving on to the next fight, we've got Carla Esparza versus Weili Zhang.
Yeah.
My name is Weili Zhang. Remember me, or remember my name, something like that. Man, I love. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Man,
I watch it sometimes. It gives me goosebumps when I hear it.
I love that. That's my favorite post-fight interview ever. My favorite.
Is it?
But man, this is a fun fight. This is a fun fight to look forward to.
It is. It is.
They've both held the belt.
Mm.
They both were champions.
Mm-hmm.
They're both really strong. Obviously, Carla Esparza, she's known for wrestling. And Weili Zhang is like super strong, all right? Super strong. Stand-up wise, Weili Zhang has everything. She has, all the advantage.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested to see what the odds say, because I know that everyone right now is underestimating Carla Esparza. Let's see.
Oh, I'm underestimating her.
Yeah, she is a massive
underdog.
And I have a theory.
What?
Whenever a champion is disrespected, whenever a champion is undermined, they always win.
Yeah.
And I feel like her odds are $4, right?
Wow.
That's a big underdog.
That is.
And those are juicy odds. And I'm going for her to win this. But one thing though that makes me a bit she has won the belt twice.
Oh, okay.
And
she lost it, both of them.
yeah, she wasn't able to defend. Defend. She's never defended a belt.
Yeah.
She's won it twice, but never defended it.
Mm.
Never successfully defended it. So I mean that's the other thing that makes me a bit iffy. Yeah. But betting wise, I'm just gonna go. I'm not even gonna hesitate. I'm definitely betting on Carla Esparza. I think those are good odds, and I probably see her odds decline. Her odds increasing.
Mm.
You know?
Her
So,
odds increase. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
because more people will put Weili Zhang in their parlays.
Mm.
You'll all be disappointed. You
Oh,
heard
no.
it from here first.
Nah, I don't see Carla having a chance of winning one bit, man. Look, Weili Zhang, she is she should be a champion. She definitely should be at least top one. Top one is Rose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, in my opinion, I do think Rose could beat her. It was a bad
Rose could beat who?
Carla. Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Rose Namajunas could beat her 100%.
No.
Yeah.
I don't see that happen.
It looked like Rose would have. I don't know why it was such a passive fight, but
Yeah, that
Rose-
was one of the weirdest fights I have ever seen.
Yeah,
man. It
yeah.
was so odd.
yeah, on a good day, Rose would just. What do you call it? She would have the performance of the night
I think
against
Carla would
Carla.
just take her down and hold her down.
Rose is not bad on the ground. Look, she's an all-round fighter.
Have you seen Carla fight?
Yeah, I've seen her fight. Yeah,
Have you seen
but
her previous fights?
yeah, of course. Yeah, I still believe in Rose.
Keep disrespecting her.
I
This
still
is what I
believe
mean. This is what I mean.
in the Rose.
Whenever
baby.
a champion is disrespected, whenever a champion is undermined, they always end up winning.
Yeah, I mean that is what do you call it? It's a true phenomena. I believe in that, the underdog mentality. That's an actual thing, but I don't see this ending in Carla winning at all.
Alright, we'll see.
She I actually see her dropping on the floor and getting knocked out by Zhangi.
All right.
Yeah.
Zangy. Zangy. Does Weili Zhang have a nickname?
Nah.
All right, that's a new
Zangy.
nickname now. Zangy, take it. Weili Zangy.
Yeah, little Zhangi, man.
Little Zangy, man. She's strong, dude.
She's strong.
Did you see that video of her lifting Francis Ngannou?
Zingano, yeah.
Far out. I don't even think I could do that.
Nah, man. I'll have a
I'd break-
hernia after that.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I'll end
You
up
know,
needing.
It's not just the strength as well. There was actually technique to it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like
yeah.
I watched the video over and over again.
Mm.
She used her legs.
Yeah, yeah.
She didn't just use her back or like,
Yeah.
or you know, she used her legs,
yeah.
and his momentum.
Mm.
You know,
Even then, that'll still be hard.
yeah, of course.
No
man.
matter how good your
Wow,
technique
that
is.
was insane, man.
So imagine she can lift Francis Ngannou. Imagine what she can do with this with Carla. You know,
Oh.
it's gonna be hard for Carla to take Weili Zhang down, and we know how good Weili is on the stand up. So if it's just gonna be a stand up fight,
Mm.
Weili is gonna take the belt.
All right, give me 3 reasons why you think Weili would win it, and I'll give you 3 reasons why I think
Weili will lose it.
while I think Carla will win it.
3 reasons. Weili has the knockout power, right? She's strong. That's my second reason. And just her striking is just vintage. It's just well-rounded. She's good with her legs, with her arm, with her hands. She's got great timing, great distance control. She's got amazing cardio. So, look, that's why I think she is gonna take it.
I'll give you my 3 reasons. Carla Esparza is a champion,
Mm.
and she's been disrespected. And as my theory goes, whenever a champion is disrespected, whenever a champion is undermined, whenever people forget how good a champion is, the champion always wins.
Mm.
That's my first reason.
Mm.
Second reason, I think you're putting too much weight on Weili's wrestling. I think Carla is a far better wrestler than her, and Carla will just take her down, pin her on the ground for all 5 rounds.
Mm.
Third,
Okay.
Carla just got married. And as the saying goes, when you get married, you win. You're a winner. You're a winner in life.
I think that's the opposite.
And those are my
man.
3 reasons.
She's probably getting complacent now. She's made it. She's got a husband, a house, a
man.
white picket fence. She's like, I made it. I don't need to fight anymore. I'm just gonna be home. I want to have a child now, probably. But Weili Zhang,
I think that is actually. I think that's that's how Weili is thinking.
She's
Weili probably didn't even take this camp seriously. She probably went in it with the mentality of this is my easiest fight in the last 3-4 fights.
Oh,
she'll probably
Maybe.
think, she's old. She just got married. She doesn't care anymore. This is gonna be an easier fight. I'm not even gonna wrestle. I'm not gonna train as hard. I'm gonna win it easy, and she's gonna be in for a surprise. She's gonna be in for. She's gonna get choked out.
Oh, okay.
Choked out.
All right, we'll
Look,
see
don't get
about
me
that,
wrong,
man.
Don't get me wrong. I'm actually like a huge fan of Weili. I love her.
You just go for the underdog, though.
But yeah, I look at things from the betting perspective, right? $4 for a champion. Come on, I'll take that any day of the week. Any day of the week. Any champion. $4? Come on. When was the last time a champion? I would actually look into this. Was this big of an underdog and loses? I don't even think there has been that many.
No, I don't think so.
You know, like the last time I can think of, the last one that I can think of is
Aljamain Sterling.
Aljamain Sterling when he fought when he won the belt and he was defending it against Peter Yan. He was like a $3.50 underdog. Guess what? He won the fight.
Yeah.
All right. Whenever a champion is undermined, is disrespected, they always win because you know why? So usually as a champion, right? You don't. It's a lot easier to be motivated when you're not a champion than when you're a champion, right? Because when you win the belt, like you've done it. You've done it. Like what else motivates you? There's not really much that motivates you anymore. The only thing that motivates you is when you're disrespected. When people think, he's going to lose this next fight. That's when they get that hunger again, the hunger they had when they were going for the belt.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to our next fight. Another champion that's being disrespected.
Yes, he is.
Y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot, man.
You'll have.
Easy. The style bender. Adesanya, yeah. He is a true Nigerian nightmare. Not Ottman. Easy versus Alex Pereira. What a fight. What a fight,
man.
That's going to be... I'm so excited for this fight.
Yeah.
But you know, I think a lot of people are excited for this fight. All the fans are excited for this fight. But I feel like Izzy is even more excited. He's like, because this is his chance to get his revenge.
Yeah.
And he's been talking about this for a long time. Ever since Pereira got into the UFC, he's like, this is going to be that's when he put the plan together. Okay, get him to win a couple of fights, and then we fight for the belt. So we'll fight for the belt.
Nice.
And that's what's happening. Man, this is so exciting. And this is look, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
for this
man,
fight.
I can't wait, bro. Because look, a lot of the casuals around, have been bored with Izzy's past performances. Yeah.
The thing is, they forget, man. They forget, like you can't have consistently, like as a champion, it's hard to consistently put out impressive performances. You're at a championship level, you're fighting the best of the best. Right? You cannot look good against the best of the best.
No.
Unless you're a fucking god. It's hard. That's what people don't realize, man. He's been fighting monsters for the last 2-3 years.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's been beating monsters. He's been dominating monsters for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. You can't expect him to do spinning kicks, fun looking elbows. Like there's a lot of stake on there's a lot at stake. There's a lot of stake on the line. There's a lot of stake, man.
Yeah, that makes sense, though.
And look, he's like I said, he's fighting the best of the best. It's hard to look good. That's what people don't realize.
Yeah, I agree. I
think
that.
For me, his previous fight, how powerful is Jared Cannonier?
He's a pal.
Look at all his other fights. Look at all his fights, man. Like he looks like a monster in his previous fights.
Yeah.
Like, he's so powerful. He hits you, you're
Boom,
gone.
dead.
He fights easy. Doesn't even get to easy. That to me is impressive.
Yeah.
That to me is fun to watch. seeing this guy who was like really dangerous, fighting, you know, like people think, oh man, Izzy's gonna be in trouble. Then they get into the fight, and that guy can't do anything to Izzy because Izzy's so good with movement. That's, to me, I find that entertaining. I find that exciting. And yeah, and you know, I feel bad for Izzy. He got so much shit for his previous performance.
Yeah.
A champion should not be the one to be blamed. Right? It's
True.
a challenger, not the
Yeah,
champion.
the challenger has to bring
The
it
challenger is
forward.
the one. You're called the challenger for a reason. You're the one that have to go and take his food.
Yeah, give him a challenge.
You know?
Give the champion the challenge.
Nah. It's like, and I just feel bad because he actually, apparently, he felt pretty bad from the reaction that people.
Who
like,
is it?
yeah, Easy.
Yeah.
He actually cried, apparently, after that fight.
Yeah.
He cried.
We can understand that, you know.
Made my man cry.
Yeah, we can understand that, you know. Like you care about what your fans think about you, and if you just constantly get berated with negative comments about your performance, even though people don't know what it's like to be a UFC fighter, putting yourself on the line,
Putting your life on the line.
putting your life on the line. Like
Fighting
one knockout could put you back, could literally reduce your lifespan for decades, right? Like you're not gonna be the same again. So the way Izzy fights is very smart, right? Like he doesn't get hit. How many times has he been hit during his
he's been hit
career?
quite a few times, but not as much as other fighters.
Yeah, I understand. And this is gonna be, I believe this is gonna be a completely different Izzy that we're gonna see. We're gonna see, not that he wasn't hungry already, not that he, because you know I think Izzy has that mentality where it's not his belt, right? When he defends his belt, right? That's the what he does now, right? In his mind, that's not his belt. That he's still fighting for that belt. And I think that's what a lot of champions miss. And that typically, and that usually gets them to give the belt to their opponent because they get complacent. They're like, oh, the belt's mine, so I'm done. Like, what am I gonna do now? But in reality, I think that the champions that do stick around the longest are the ones that believe that once you start defending the belt, you're basically putting that belt, you're hanging it up somewhere, and it's there until you win that fight. Or else it's not yours anymore. So you're still fighting for that belt. And that's what Izzy is, that's what I believe his mindset is at right now.
Yeah. And that's a good mindset to have, you know.
Yeah. And we're gonna see an Izzy that we haven't seen before, I believe.
You reckon?
Yeah. I think he wants to show people now, like all the things that you said, right? Like him being upset that his fans didn't like the way he's performing. The past that he has with Pereira, having lost twice already. Not already, but having lost
in
twice
kickboxing,
with him
in kickboxing,
right? One of them was a knockout, right? But even then, I think Izzy was dominating him until that knockout, and all these things combined are building a big fire inside of him to actually show what he has. Yeah. And Pereira is a big challenge. Right, he's probably Izzy is one of the most seasoned strikers there, and Pereira just comes straight after in that weight category.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Right, I think they're both they could.
They're the best strikers in that division.
Yeah, they are the best strikers in that position.
Yeah,
Pereira is more powerful,
a lot more.
He has
more knockout power.
He's got more knockout power, so he's gonna be a huge challenge to Izzy.
Yeah,
we're gonna see we're gonna see Izzy's movement come to life in this fight. Yeah.
I think this is look for sure. This is Izzy's toughest opponent. And that this is the first time he's actually fighting someone that has the same physical attributes as him, like lengthwise, reach-wise. You know, I think it probably like I wouldn't be surprised if Alex actually has like a longer reach.
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, you know. So it's gonna be really interesting to watch him fight.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes.
Like you said, this is the best easy we will see, and I'm so looking forward to it. I wouldn't be surprised if this fight ends in the first fucking round.
Right.
With easy knocking Pereira
him out. Wow.
You heard it here.
That's gonna be amazing, man.
Oh man, that would be so.
Yeah. But Pereira is not to be undermined, right? He's got the potential to actually
to finish
a fight.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure Izzy knows that, and
Yeah, that's about it, man.
That is it. I'm very excited, man.
I'm excited as well. Peace out.
Peace out.
Catch you guys on the other side.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
Comment, man.
Comment.
Haters, come
Haters.
comment us.
Leave a hate comment.
Yeah, please.
Peace.